Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us. MLB The Show has interleague action for you this afternoon. It's the Cleveland Guardians taking on the St. Louis Cardinals. All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. Just about set to go. And on the mound today, a guy who will give them innings. It's Sonny Gray.
Anytime you have 5 pitches to work with on the mound, that repertoire can be a real weapon in terms of keeping hitters off balance, man. It's one of those things that I'm going to be looking for in this one. Does he have a feel for all of those pitches, or is he just able to get 1 or 2 over in the strike zone where he wants? Now, it's tough to do to be able to command all those pitches, but if he can, he is going to be very tough for the opponent today.
This one chopped on the ground, but foul. In there at the knees, and it's 0-2. Just off the outside part of the plate.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Fouls it back with 2 strikes.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Nope. That misses the zone, and the count now even up.
Oh, this is a guy that can be frustrating for pitchers because he fouls off so many pitches and grinds out the at-bat. I'm sure there's some times where a pitcher would rather just give up a first pitch single than have to waste 6 or 7 pitches on one hitter.
Sets him down looking. He's got to be frustrated with that call.
It's a strikeout, but they'll be in good shape if they make their outs as difficult as that one. Those grinding ABs take a toll on a pitcher as the game goes on.
And now the DH, Kyle Manzardo. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
0-1's the count.
Swings through that one.
No ball, 2 strikes.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
No, anytime you can punch out the top 2 guys in a lineup to start an inning, got to be feeling pretty good out there on the mound, because when you think of just having a distraction, table setters on the base paths, and all of a sudden you're dealing with the number 3 hitter, any distraction can cause you to serve up a cookie, and instead of it being a solo shot, it's a 2 or 3 run homer.
Two outs. Foul ball. And the righty deals. And that's down and away. Fouls it off, still 1-2. 2 outs, base is empty. Next pitch is downstairs. Just misses the mark outside the zone. Swing and a high fly ball out towards right field. And that's the 3rd out. No score as we head to the bottom of the 1st. Back here in St. Louis, today's starting pitcher, Tanner Bybee. What should we keep an eye on here?
Try to stay back for that power changeup. Speed differential between the fastball and the changeup is huge. Hitters, they have a hard time staying back.
Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Now here is Mason Wynn.
Mason Wynn.
There's a strike. And the 0-1. Fought off foul. Swing and a high fly ball right field. And there's one down. Now we take a check of the St. Louis Cardinals lineup. Now with their ace on the mound today, they're just looking to provide him a little bit of run support, and they'll see what they can do for him.
Boog, you have to be really careful when you've got a guy like this on the mound for you to not become a spectator. You know that he doesn't give up a whole lot, but sometimes guys get a little too comfortable and don't have an urgency to score runs. You have to make sure you put him in a situation where he can get the W, but also you guys can cruise to the finish line and not have to worry about a comeback in the end.
And he pumps it a strike.
1-1. That's a ball.
Fastball is outside. Swing and a foul back, and that's out of play.
Instead of letting the hitter get his arms extended, tied him up a little bit, slightly up, slightly in.
Foul ball, and it remains a full count. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly.
Love how he let that ball travel, trusted his hands. Nice job of going the other way.
Here's Contreras now. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did.
0-1.
Burleson, the runner at first with one gone in the inning. And a swing and a miss.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Not
One
close
ball,
with that
2
one,
strikes.
and it's 1-2.
Rarely will you see a pitcher just waste a pitch like that. The batter wasn't even tempted to swing. Every pitch needs to have a purpose so that it can set up a following pitch to help you get that out.
Swing and a miss for the strikeout. He swung over top of the curveball.
Well, that's a curveball that I'm sure he wants back at the plate. 2 strikes, the sort of pitch you're hoping for. A bit of a mistake, and I'd say in a very hittable location, but clearly the break was enough to get him to swing through it.
So now it's Nolan Arenado. He's someone that really beats up on right-handed pitching. The lefties, however, give him a little bit more trouble. Lifted in the air, left field, pretty well struck, and that'll do it. The Cards leave one, scoreless after 1. All set for the start of the inning. Here's the veteran first baseman, Carlos Santana. Santana, a former All-Star, batting in the cleanup spot, and he was born in the Dominican Republic. Gray back to work.
0-1.
The 1-0. Just missed. Patrick Johnson calling the balls and strikes.
Pretty standard zone for Johnson. Sometimes he might get a little jumpy, a little excited and expand the zone, but usually you at least feel like the pitcher on the mound is earning it, and that's important because you got to make players earn it.
Late swing, foul to the left. Check swing, called strike.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
And ring him off, says Patrick Johnson. That's a strikeout. Here's Lane Thomas now. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
0-1's the count.
That's a strike thanks to the sweeper.
All right, now he may have not liked either of those first two pitches or agreed with the umpire's calls, but at this point, he's going to have to bear down and be ready to hit anything close to the zone.
And he couldn't hold back. He's rung up on strikes.
Well, he's really dialed in, and this offense is going to have to do something to try to break that rhythm. Maybe it's square around the bunt, step out of the box, agitate him a little bit, do something that just changes what's happening right now, because at this pace it's going to be a long game, so you got to figure it out quickly.
Angel Martinez in now, takes ball one off the plate. No score here in the second. That's down and in. That one finds the zone. Now 2 balls and a strike. And that's outside.
1 strike.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. 2 down, nobody on. And he walked him. And that's how they get their first base runner of the game.
Well, 2-out walks are never good, especially when you're trying to get back into that dugout. But he's still in a good spot. He's just got to refocus and deal with the bottom of this order.
Now at the plate, Will Brennan. There's a strike.
0-1.
That misses.
1 ball, 1 strike.
1-1. In the air, right field. Walker gets under it. He makes the grab. And that is that. So it's no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. We go to the bottom of inning number 2. No score. Back here at Busch Stadium. Now it's the second baseman, Brendan Donovan.
Brendan Donovan.
Let's go, Brendan.
First
Ball that
pitch, and he
time.
just misses.
You have to be creative pitching against bad ball hitters. You got to add some velocity, subtract at times. Just avoiding the heart of the plate isn't always going to be enough.
1-1.
Guys like this can hurt you with pitches you wouldn't expect him to swing at.
Next offering
balls, 1
upstairs.
strike.
That
We got a
one
full
missed.
count.
That one misses.
Nope.
So a
Ball
leadoff
4.
walk.
Very close off the outside corner. Could have easily been called a strike in that location.
Lars Nootbaar getting ready to hit. And that's
Inside,
off
ball 1.
the inside edge. Ball 1. Squirts away a little bit.
We got 1 ball, 1
In there safely. And now a man into scoring position.
Definitely trying to work down and get that double play ball, but it got away enough to erase any chance of that. Good job of moving up into scoring position. Now a hit could make that wild pitch really sting.
And a 1-1. Foul ball there. Fights that one away. Still 1-2. Swings through it for the K. The high heat, too much on that one.
Boog gets talked about a lot, but a good high fastball in a two-strike situation, it's just become such a problem for hitters in more recent years. I mean, with all of the emphasis by pitchers on developing that spin rate, having a good grip on the baseball, those high fastballs, they kind of look like to the hitter that they're rising, even though they're not, but they're not decreasing in velocity and spin rate. So very difficult to get the barrel on it.
Man at second. And
That's
ball one.
1 ball, 2 strikes to count.
Donovan over at second, 1 down. That's off the mark. Yeah, that's ball 2.
2-2 to count.
Breaking ball misses down and away. Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Got him. He didn't make it easy for him on the mound, but they still get the strikeout.
Most guys are very aggressive when they see the stakes out there on the base paths and can't understand why he wasn't ready to swing the bat. You've got to be ready to swing the bat in a situation like that with the go-ahead run in scoring position.
And now it's Ivan Herrera. Just missed. Runner at second, 2 down. And a foul ball. The 1-1. That's a strike. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. 2 outs and 1 in scoring position. Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. No runs on no hits, no errors, and a runner left. End of 2 here at Busch Stadium. We're tied 0-0. Back here in St. Louis, on to the 3rd inning. Bo Naylor at the plate now. That misses. Ball 1.
1-0.
And another ball.
No strike. That's ball 3.
Well, I would expect in this 3-0 count, you're taking all the way. See if he'll walk you.
Pitch is in there. And now 3-1. In the air, center field. One down.
Batting ninth, shortstop, Brian Rocchio.
Here's Brian Rocchio. Swinging a foul straight back. One out, bases empty. Tap foul at the plate. And that's downstairs. And the count 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Got him looking. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound.
Well, just couldn't pull the trigger on the fastball right there. And I don't think he was taking it, thinking it might be a called ball or anything. I just think he was flat out frozen. Did not expect that location, in my opinion.
Quan batting for the second time, and that's strike 1. Just
Ball
missed.
back now.
Top of the third, no score. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Swing and a ball line to center. Corrals it. And that is that. Guardians fail to score. And we're still knotted at 0. And we're back.
Leading
Bottom of the
off for
inning.
St.
Now
Louis,
up for St. Louis.
center fielder,
Victor Scott.
Victor Scott the second.
Check swing. Went around. That's strike 1.
0-1.
That's a little bit low. Outside low. And the count's even at 2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
That one the other way. Hauls it in for the out.
Now batting, the shortstop, Mason Wynn.
So the batting order turns over. And up next for St. Louis, Mason Wynn. He's 0 for 1. And that one fouled off. And right back to the mound. In plenty of time to first. And 2 straight set down to begin the bottom of the third.
For the Cardinals, designated hitter, Alec.
Here's the Cardinal DH, Alec
Burleson.
Burleson. 1 for 1 with a single so far. That one's in there, 0-1.
0-1's the count.
In the air to left center. Makes the grab, and that will end the inning. On to the fourth, still scoreless. On to the fourth. So in now for Cleveland, Kyle Manzardo.
Kyle Manzardo.
And the first offering a fastball for a strike.
0-1.
And a swing and a miss.
quickly in an 0-2 count, you've got to figure out a way to shorten your path to the baseball. Put it in play somewhere, then you got a chance.
That one just misses.
Well, as a pitcher, when you make a big pitch down around the knees and don't get the call, it'll eat at you out there. So some handle it a little bit better than others. And right here, clearly letting the ump hear it a little bit.
Hit weakly on the ground. Arenado zips it to first. One up, one down.
Now batting, third baseman, Jose Ramirez.
Here's Jose Ramirez. Fly to center his first time. And a pop-up, right side, foul territory. 2 up, 2 down.
Got the pitch that he wanted, just a little bit quick. Front shoulder open, backside
Now
collapsed a
batting,
little bit,
first
and the
baseman,
launch angle
Carlos
not where
Santana.
he needed it to be.
And now it's the switch hitter, Carlos Santana. Struck out swinging his first time. In the air, pretty deep out to center field. Scott makes the play, and that is that. On to the bottom of the fourth now, still with no score. And welcome back to the
Leading off for
ballpark. John
St.
Chavy
Louis,
and Chris
first
Singleton with you.
baseman,
And leading off the bottom of the fourth,
Wilson
Wilson
Contreras.
Contreras. That clips the corner.
He's been pitching well, but going through this middle of the order second time through, we'll see what kind of adjustments are being made.
Oh, that got away
Timeout.
from him.
That ball hit
And
him.
he's going to reach on a hit by pitch to lead off the inning. Here's
Leading
Nolan
off for the
Arenado.
Cardinals,
Fly to left his first
baseman,
time.
Nolan Arenado.
Nolan Arenado at the plate. Arenado, guy who delivers big-time power at the dish and will probably go down as one of the greatest defensive third basemen of all time. Late swing, fouled off. Yeah, that's fouled off.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
Off the
That's a
mark
ball.
there, and the count is 1-2.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
That's to third. Good feed. That's one. How about that double play?
Oh, man, what a smooth double play. That was a thing of beauty from start to finish.
Now batting, second baseman, Brendan Donovan.
Brendan Donovan. Next up for the Cardinals. And that one is lifted in the air. Brennan makes the catch, and that is that. Through 4, still tied. Zip, zip. Back here in
Leading
St.
off for
Louis,
the Guardians,
ready now for the 5th
center
inning.
fielder,
Here's Lane
Lane
Thomas. Gray back to work. Splits the plate. 0-1.
Well, he's been incredibly efficient in this one. First pitch strike percentage over 70%. That's well above league average, and that's what's allowed him to pitch well up until this point.
No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And there's one down.
Now batting, second baseman, Angel Martinez.
Angel Martinez digs in for the Guardians. Walked his first time. And that's in there for strike 1. The Guardians still looking for their first hit in this one. stays alive. Line drive. Nice grab.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
Next to hit, Will Brennan. Flied to right his first time. That one's upstairs, ball one.
He's been going after these guys consistently, and as a result, he's been able to keep his pitch count low, throwing the ball very well right now.
That
Ball
misses, and it's 2-0. 2 down, nobody on, and we're at the top of the fifth. In the air, left field, down the line, and that drops foul.
Wow, that was just foul. Very close to maybe being extra bases there.
That one
Ball that's
outside. 3-1.
Here's an opportunity to do some damage and perhaps unlock this offense. 3-1 count. Be ready to turn on a fastball.
And there's ball four.
Take your base.
Well, that's a really good take right there, and that's just mentally prepared, knowing that if it's not on a tee, you're going to take that pitch because you still have one more strike to work with. Not easy to lay off, but he did an excellent job in that plate appearance.
And a foul ball. Naylor, 25 years old, and he was born in Canada. That missed by a lot. And now it's even 1-1.
Let's go, Cardinals.
Rolled softly, but that goes foul. Ground ball left side and foul ball. Brennan leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Fouls it off, still 1-2. Good job to fight that one off. 1-2. This one in the air, center field. And that'll do it. Guardians leave 1. And we are still scoreless. We head to the bottom of the fifth. And stepping in for the Cardinals, Lars Nootbaar. And there's a foul ball.
You know, these Cardinals being a little too patient at the plate in this game. They found themselves behind in the count quite a bit. They're trying to be patient, but it's mostly resulting in outs, not base runners. And you could argue it's making things more difficult at the plate.
Swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill.
Well, that's pretty much the dream 2-strike curveball if you're the pitcher. Hard downward break at the very end that just dips below the swing path. And they say pitchers want to try to bounce that pitch right on top of the plate. So that was exactly what he was looking for on the mound.
Now it's the right fielder, Jordan Walker. Inside corner at the knees. That's a strike. Good fastball. In there at the knees. And the count is 0-2.
Quickly into an 0-2 count. Both pitches were down in the zone. I think you set your sights a little bit higher because you'll have a tendency to chase if you look down in that area.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
He came out of his mechanics there. Typically likes to shoot the ball the other way. but that time a little anxious.
Herrera.
Ivan Herrera next up for the Cardinals. Struck out swinging his first time. That clips the corner. And that one cutting but missing down low. The 1-1 is fouled off. All tied up. Last half of inning number 5.
Let's go, Cardinals! Go, Cardinals, go!
That one a little bit high. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. On the ground to the left. And that's just foul. Good battle here. About to be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Laser. Could be trouble. Around first, heading for 2. And he's in there standing up with a 2-out double.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side, and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
Now up for St. Louis, Victor Scott. 0 for 1 so far. Pitch misses, and that's ball 1.
Well, they're looking to get on the board first here after that clutch 2-out double made this inning interesting.
Slice the other way and foul. And that is out of play. Man on second, 2 down. Chases that one out of the zone. Make it 7 strikeouts for him.
Well, this guy competes hard. We see the emotion there. I love it. Great job getting out of the jam.
All right, we go to the top half of inning number 6. And the batter will be the shortstop, Brian Rocchio. That one finds the zone. It's 0-1.
You know, these Guardians, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. So many of their outs have come from weak contact on pitches they're chasing outside of the strike zone. You can't do much of anything with those locations, and that's been true again today. And as a pitcher, when the hitters are swinging at everything, you feel no need to challenge inside the zone. You just keep working the corners and expanding that strike zone and beyond, and they just keep eating right out of your hand.
Now, Stephen Kwan, 0 for 2 in this one. And that one sliced foul. Base is empty, 1 away, and we're in the top half of the 6th. That one fouled off. And that one inside, and it hit him. He had 2 strikes on him, and he hit him. Kyle Manzardo digs in for the Guardians.
Kyle Manzardo.
And fouled off.